Well, an ex-Oiler is fighting another battle these days. George Webster is that man, and Rick Schwartz prepared this story for us before he left for Seattle.
George Webster was born to play football, a 6'6", 235-pound linebacker who was quick and sure-handed and hard-hitting. Named Michigan State University's best ever to play the game. First draft pick of the Oilers back in 1967, and before he was done, named to the Pro Football Hall of Fame's all-time AFL defensive team. When George Webster strapped on his helmet, his opponent knew it was going to be a long day. But these days, when George straps on his helmet, he's fighting an opponent who just doesn't play fair.
I had been hoarse, but I had been told that it was from a paralyzed vocal cord. But upon a second biopsy, it showed that I had a tumor on my vocal cord.
So now George makes the trip to the MD Anderson Cancer Center for treatment twice a day. A non-smoker, George has given up trying to figure out why me.
My thought was that since it's true, you know, you have to go and do what you have to do about it, as opposed to questioning it. Or why question something that you know to be true?
And don't go feeling sorry for George. He sure doesn't. He's got cancer, and just like any other opponent in his life, he says he's going to beat it.
I haven't been an athlete. I think that my competitiveness and my mental attitude will help me overcome this thing, because I just don't believe that there's any one thing that if there's a chance of it being beaten, I can beat it.
When George meets fellow cancer patients nowadays, he's got the same message for them.
I feel that having this, I should be able to go out and communicate to other people that it's really not a thing to be afraid of. Just because you have it doesn't mean you'll die.
Big number 90 has got a fight on his hands, but he's not alone. Not with everyone here in Houston rooting for him. Rick Schwartz for Sports Sunday.
George Webster still fighting, and believe me, he'll win.
In Cincinnati. And now, finally, the story of three guys who churned things up as much in the water as out of the water.
You did good. Yeah. You did good.
Trust me, this isn't just another backyard pool party going on. The three guys in the pool are all friends, to be sure. Olympic gold medal winners Carl Lewis and Joe DeLoche, along with top sprinter Brian Cooper. But they're here to work, not play.
Work the arms up to the top of the water and down to the short line.
Besides, each being a sprinting champion, the three have something else in common at the moment. Each is coming off a debilitating injury, one that would have kept them from working out until now.
And I wasn't going to be able to work out on the track because of the pounding on my leg. But with the water exercise, I found that I could exercise, get that same endurance level type training that I would get on the track, but without the pounding.
What we're trying to do is simulate some of the work that they would normally do on the land. So we have them run for a certain period of time, rest for a certain period of time, and then do it again.
So this has kept me in shape. So now the transition from the injury and pre-injury conditioning to training again is a lot easier.
What these guys go through is not for the faint of heart.
He takes a graph of everything that we do with the metronome settings and the heart monitors that we wear.
It can be as tough as it looks depending on what kind of workouts that David had set for us.
It's probably tougher than it looks. I mean, I couldn't explain to you the things that are going on our head while we're working out, but it's just as tough as being on the track. I mean, I kid you not.
And of course, being buddies, there's no competition within the workouts.
Not really at all, even though my pulse is always lower than his, but there's no competition at all.
And I'm tired of just holding this metronome. I'm going to show these guys what speed and endurance really looks like.
Okay, go!
I'm available for endorsements.
The magic of television.
You know, those guys Olympics. Come on. You can get me a Channel 2 if anybody wants the endorsements, you know, for athletic shoes, water apparel, whatever.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have, the phones will be ringing off the hook. Thanks, Rick. Up next.
Well, what do those guys know anyway? And besides, I have been throwing some more since then. I know I can still do it. And let's face it, the Astros sure could use some left-handed pitching. Matty Glenny and I used to play ball together in the not-so-old days. I think I should go talk to him.
Rick, you realize how old we are? Yeah, but I know you're my friend. Okay, you're my friend. You want to get a shot?
Yeah,
One shot. Give you one shot. Go ahead.
Okay,
who's going to hit? You can. We got Davidson here ready to hit.
Great. All right,
Okay.
you got it. You won't regret this, man. Hey, one other thing, Davidson. This is the way ball players used to wear their uniforms when they were men. I think I scared him. good.
All right, Rick, that's enough. I know, Rick, I'm watching balls go out of the ballpark. I don't think you can do it anymore. Why don't you just talk about it?
Well, thanks, man.
Maybe there is a leak from somewhere. I don't know.
All right, so maybe I'm a year or two over the hill to play with the kids in the majors. But what about this senior league they're starting in Florida? I played against a lot of those guys. Hey, all I need to do is just throw it just a little more.